A long time ago, the world was not as peaceful as we know it today. People had turned away from God, but there was one man who still loved and obeyed him. His name was Noah. Noah wasn't perfect, but his heart belonged to God. He listened when others ignored, and he walked faithfully while the world ran wild. One day, God spoke to Noah and said, "The earth is filled with wickedness, and I will bring a great flood to cleanse it. But you, Noah, have found favor in my eyes. Build an ark, a giant boat, so that you, your family, and living creatures can be saved." Imagine how shocking those words must have been. A flood that would cover the earth, a boat big enough for animals of every kind. But Noah trusted God's voice more than his own understanding. So Noah began to build. Day after day, Noah and his family worked with tools, wood, and tar, shaping the massive ark. People from the town would walk by, shaking their heads and laughing. "Look at Noah, building a boat on dry land. What a fool." But Noah kept working, hammer after hammer, plank after plank, because he knew that when God gives a command, it is never in vain. Finally, the ark stood tall and strong, longer than a football field, wide and high, like a fortress on land. Then, something amazing happened. Animals began to arrive, just as God had promised. 2 by 2 they came, lions with their deep roars, elephants stomping the ground, birds fluttering above, tiny insects crawling in pairs. Every creature found its place inside the ark. Noah didn't have to chase them. God guided them. When the last animal entered, God told Noah, "It is time." Noah and his family went inside, and then something incredible. The door shut on its own. God himself closed it. Then the first raindrop fell. At first it was gentle, almost quiet, but soon the sky turned black. Thunder roared. Lightning split the heavens. The rain poured down, harder and harder, until rivers overflowed and mountains disappeared beneath the water. The people outside the ark realized too late that Noah had spoken the truth. But inside, Noah, his family, and the animals were safe. The ark rose higher and higher, floating above the floodwaters. For 40 days and 40 nights, rain hammered the earth. Imagine the endless waves, the creaking of the ark, the cries of animals inside. Yet, through it all, Noah trusted. He remembered God's promise. Finally, the rain stopped. The sun broke through the clouds. The floodwaters slowly began to sink. One day, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. To see if the land was dry, Noah sent out a raven. It flew back and forth, but the earth was still covered in water. Later, he sent a dove. The dove returned with a fresh olive leaf in its beak, a sign of new life. When he sent the dove again, it didn't return. The waters had gone down. The earth was ready for a new beginning. When the ark's door opened, Noah, his family, and the animals stepped out onto dry land. The world was fresh, clean, and quiet. The very first thing Noah did was build an altar to God. He bowed his head and gave thanks, because he knew it was God who had saved them. Then, God made a beautiful promise. In the sky, he placed a brilliant rainbow stretching across the clouds, and God said, "Never again will I destroy the earth with a flood. This rainbow is the sign of my promise, my covenant to you and to all generations to come." And so, the story of Noah's Ark reminds us of something powerful. When the world seems dark and broken, we can still choose faith. Noah trusted God, even when others mocked him, and God was faithful, guiding him through the storm. Just like Noah, we can listen to God's voice, stand strong when it's hard, and trust that His promises will never fail. And every time we see a rainbow in the sky, we can remember, God is still faithful today. So, the next time you face storms in your life, remember Noah. Trust God, obey Him, and know He will guide you safely to dry ground. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more animated Bible stories.